Councillor Karen McShane, what happened here today?
Well, today the legal proceedings have actually begun about 4 weeks ago in terms of the decision by the Northern Health and Social Care Trust to close the Dalriada Hospital and only MS respite unit temporarily. That announcement was made on the 30th of October. We initiated legal proceedings immediately in terms of challenging this decision on the grounds of a failure to consult. Today, in terms of the judicial proceedings, we have now been granted interim relief. And interim relief means that the status quo should remain. In other words, the non-admissions policy and the staff redeployment that went with the decision on the 30th of October immediately, that should be reversed. So therefore, there are now 7 patients left only in the Dalriada Hospital. A number of staff have been redeployed. We had seen this as a temporary closure actually being permanent closure. So now the judge has ruled in our favour in terms of granting interim relief. And while we're waiting for the outcome of the substantive hearing, which is yet to be scheduled, the non-admissions policy will be lifted and staff brought back to the hospital, and it will run as though the decision never took place on the 30th of October. We didn't want to come to this today. Philomena Mackay, who is the applicant, the MS sufferer, has enough going on in her own life, enough anxiety and enough stress and enough pain without having to go through the courts. But you know, this is a small step in the right direction. It's very important that the Minister now takes more notice of what the various health trusts across the North are proposing to him in terms of cuts. And I think, you know, we all know that there's layers and layers of bureaucracy, but we never see cuts to the layers and layers of bureaucracy. All we see are recommendations to cut frontline services. Enough was enough in this case. The Northern Health and Social Care Trust, which many people do not trust now after this announcement today, must stand up and take notice and be accountable. They may be faceless bureaucrats, but at the end of the day they're accountable to the people. They're accountable to people who pay their salaries, and we will ensure that we continue this fight. It may be a first step in a positive direction today, but we certainly won't be resting on our laurels, and the campaign continues.